Yeah. Now that's my kind of swing. Hey, halal, man. Baruch to the tribe. Baruch to the tribe, man. We just over here surfing the wave at 432. The Drop Radio, don't be afraid to come over here and click listen. And, you can get linky and do your thing, man. We are just in the installment number 54 of the Prester John investigation. I want to give an Ahab to all the contributors, man, throughout the years that have, just given great insight into this investigation. Great drop along the way. I mean, yeah, man. We're just talking Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, man. Huh? Prince Michael, Chernigov, a Rus prince, was passed between fires in accordance with ancient Turco-Mongol tradition. Batu Khan stabbed him to death for his refusal to do obeisance to Genghis Khan's shrine in the pagan ritual. Note that Genghis Khan is depicted as a black man. 1883, a painting by a Russian painter, a Rus. And man, love to the bro, man. Sorry, I can't remember your name right now, but I remember we had a painting that predated this one, and this guy was a black man, a brother. So they repainted this Rus that's getting stabbed by Batu because he won't do obeisance to Genghis Khan's shrine. Note, Genghis Khan is depicted as a black man. And look at what he's holding, right? I mean, it looks like a little crescent situation. I mean, what are we dealing with here? He's from Moab. He's from Moab. We know we're just talking about a brother. We're just talking about a brother. All right? Hey, get on over here. Hit the search box. I know we got a lot of updates to do, but we put a lot of work in. And this is, after we had to redo it. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the, library that we could start paying attention to, just, getting, so many more resources back in, into the drop library, man, just to reach our goals. Maybe one, I think we can get at least 500 books, man, by the end of this year, man. So we're going to pay a lot more attention to the library. I know we have hundreds already. Love to Aqua Ty, the record keeper, keeping it wavy over here. And remember, we also got the old school drop library, man. I love the feel of this one, man, as well. So get on in here. We actually are going to get back into this Lost Tribes and Promised Lands. And yeah, we got a lot of resources in here, man. A lot of resources. Man, always sending love to Let Us Find the Truth for the inspiration, man, just to get the library popping, because we wanted to have multiple resources. In case one went down, you got another one. Let Us Find the Truth is his resources went down, you still got this one. If this one goes down, you still got that one. So Ahab to Let Us Find the Truth. A Lego. We're just talking Genghis Khan, right? All right, cool. So I just want to get y'all, into the swing of things, man. We're only talking the copper color Naga. I mean, pay attention to this, you know what I'm saying? While you enjoy this jazz in 432 hertz, love to S3 music. You know what I mean? This is what we're talking about when we talk Genghis Khan, not no chubby, so-called Asian looking man. We're talking about the real Asiatic, right? Because where's Asia, man? Remember these maps, man. Love to my sister, or one of my anonymous sisters who've been sending some great links in. We're just talking, does North America exist? Hey, this is part 54, man. You're going to have to, get wavy, It's okay if you're belly flopping right now. Don't even trip, because we like to get it like it's the first time. It's only the wave, y'all. It's only the wave. Allah, Hawa. Ahab to the dragon sponsors on the wall. Man, keeping it away because we want to know, does North America exist? Because you have these 1561 maps, my naga, and what happens? Here's South America, right? This would be where Mexico typically would be, right? But it's going right into Asia, Greater Asia, or Grand Tartaria, which is making these maps make so much more sense now. Why there's La China, right? China in Cathay, Florida, is starting to make sense, right? This is that same little piece, Mexico. And it says India Superior. So we realize we're really in India Superior, but do we realize, Managa? Do we realize, Managa, that we're literally in Asia? Or do you think you know what North America looked like? Because why is it looking like this in the 1500s? This is just Asia. This is a map, Managa, in 1548 with South America is connecting right into Asia. This is just Asia. But where's Japan? Where's Cuba, right? Where's India Superior? Where's Tangu? Tangu, remember that Tangu? Oh man. Okay. I'm just saying, what we call North America, is it really just Asia? Who's drawing these outlines? We don't see the stuff when we fly from Chicago to Florida, you know what I'm saying? We don't really go that many places, really, right? So we don't see no outline in North America. Are they just tricking us, man? Is it some more, necromancy? Are we just in Asia right now? Are we just in Asia? Grand Tartaria, right? India Superior. Look at this one. Come on, man. Dig on it, man. Come on, man. Drop going crazy or what? What's happening here? What's happening here, my knock? Because it appears that South America is going right into Asia. Where's that piece called North America? And if there's an outline, a separate place today, is it because of some recent cataclysm that popped off in the 1600s? You know what I mean? 1800s. Was California an island? What transpired? Because is this what we really talking about? Even if it broke off, we know we're still talking Asia. North America is Asia. North America is India Superior. So what's Cali? Huh? What's New York? Huh? We're just in Asia. This is Asia. Asiatics. Amaru Khan. Bang. Oh, it gets deeper. We're just surfing the wave. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Keep this in mind when we're just talking Genghis Khan, right? Conquering Asia. Khan. Connect us with the more and more war, right? You got Moab also trying to conquer Asia. Moab. Come on, man. Moab is trying to get all up in all this, right? All of them Exum, right? Psalms 83 Confederacy, Khan. So where's Canaan? Where's Canaan? And don't we got family today saying that we should leave Asia, right? We should leave India Superior and go somewhere else where Jerusalem might be. Managa, you're in Asia. You're in the old world. Maybe you should get out more. Even more. Because it's a more and more war, man. It's a more and more war. Let's dig on the teachings of Sylvain. Yeah, man. Sylvanus, you know. And remember, man, the question we've been asking for 54 installments in the Prester John series. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? And why is it that they just started looking over here in America for the fountain of youth in the last 500 years that they finally find India superior? And they mix match the stories. Oh, Columbus is lost. He's looking for India. Yeah, he's looking for India superior. This is the greater India. This is where the spice routes and the silk roads and everything's popping off at. Yeah, I mean, we're just talking what? Asia. Asia, man. I mean, you go dig on these, just go dig on these maps. You see the drop, pull up all the links, man. Pull up all the links, because it's amazing. Same thing here. South America. This is Mexico. I mean, what do you got here? Where's North America? This is Mexico. There's this little piece, North America, and this big old piece. I mean, what? Where's North America, man? Where's Kentucky? Where's Oregon? Right? So, oh, look, I can't make this up. Look how many. This is 1508. This is 1508. Look at Africa. All right? Look at the Middle East, right? I just need you to just focus for a second. I mean, what? Are we saying North America just magically just appeared, my noggin? I think we need to focus for a second. Are you saying that they just knew about all these areas in South America? They got Peru down, you know what I mean? They got all this Peru. They got the drop, right? But they just have no idea of a North America. My noggin, it says Florida right here. So they knew Florida, but they didn't know the rest of North. This is North America. But it's also Asia. Look how it connects to Saudi Arabia and all this. If this is Florida, where would California be? I mean, it's the same scale. Look at South America. Cali would be over here, right? Come on, my noggin. Come on, man. We're just talking India superior. Mexico, right? China, Cathay, Florida. All right. So we're talking Asia, that you're in Asia. You are the Asiatic. And yeah, man. The more you start digging on this, you know what I mean? You know, Drop loves and maps, man, especially when there's no North America, especially when we just see South America connected directly to Asia, man. And again, bang. So where are we right now? As in Maru Khans, where are we? Why are we the Oriental, right? Why are we the Oriental? Remember that Prester John legend in the sources, man? Do we still got that up? I love the type battle for this great PDF, man. She personally did. We're going to get some Tanduke drop out of it pretty soon, too. Fall back, we just surfing away. We just talking to Oriental, man. Loud wah, man. I pray y'all signing up above the static. Might be hitting you from every direction. Oh, my goodness. Just, keep the armor up. Keep the armor up, man, which means you just keeping the cold, keep steady. And there you have it. Let all the hijack reveal itself. And, at that point, And the Orientals, the Orientals, the Orientals, the Orientals, the Orientals can coon, can rise. The story of the mysterious Oriental leader Prester John. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? Oriental leader Prester John. Oh, you mean he's from Asia? The story of the mysterious Oriental Prester John. Oriental. Oh, you mean like Genghis? The mysterious Oriental. Oh, he's an Asian. Let's make him Chinese, so-called Chinese looking, but the Chinese really look just like you and us. Because guess what? We the Nagas. And they sure know what the ancient Chinese really look like. And we know what the ancient Genghis really look like. Note that Genghis Khan is depicted as a black man. Oh man, I'm just asking you. Black man, right? Black man, right? So this black man was fighting that black man, right? Because they were supposed to be, in the same family. Some say that Genghis is Prester John's nephew, that Prester is his blood uncle, or they were just tied through a blood oath he had with Genghis's father, and then he inherited, Prester John inherited Genghis Khan by way of a blood oath he had to Genghis's father. I mean, I hear different ways. Either way, they're family, my Naga. All right? Either way, they're rocking in a family war. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. It's a family war. This is the greatest war you never heard about. The greatest war between Orientals, right? The story of the mysterious Oriental Prester John. Come on, man. And I'm asking you, where you at? Where we at? Where we located at? Oh, we just talking Asia. Gotcha. Just talking Asia. Gotcha. Right. Right. So we're gonna surf the wave. Like we never surfed the wave before. When we talk about King David. This is why we have to do all this connection, because we have to connect the Oriental so that you know you're in the Orient, so that you know you're in Asia, you're in the East. All right, you're in the East. You're in the East, which is why they have to do all this map trickery to hide David, to hide the Oriental, to hide where he's located at, to hide where the drop is at. I mean, it's very simple, with a dragonfly perspective to trace these Orientals, to trace these Nagas. It's very simple to discover if you're in the old world or the new world. You just gotta follow the path that Prester John has already laid. Because Prester John has laid a path. The mythical Straits of Anion. We're talking Anion, right? Rex Anon, Rex Anion, right? The kingdom of Anion, the relationship between the new Spanish discoveries and the Terra Nova, an ancient continent, was not yet fathomed, but all of Marco Polo's kingdoms were placed close at hand in the northwest. So Marco Polo's looking through where? Marco Polo's searching what? He's searching out where? Let's do it together. Marco Polo is searching out the greater Asia. And this Asia is connected with this South America. And there's no North America. It's just all Asia. So when we say, what is Marco Polo searching out? We're all kind of seeing clearly, all right? But all of Marco Polo's kingdoms were placed close at hand in the northwest, ready to be absorbed by forthcoming expeditions, developing the idea a little further. And after the discovery of the mainland north of the isthmus, we find that the maker of the MS map illustrated in outline has placed who? Prester John and his neighbors not far from Mexico. So why is Prester John, why is King David hanging out in Mexico? Let's get it bigger. Hope you're enjoying this Zon Jazz meditation hour as we search for the Priest King, man, in style. Do it our way, man. And, it's a continuation. And I'm glad you're able to, witness it, enjoy it, contribute to it. It's our continuation. It's the honor we give back. It's the code we keep. It's Hosea 3. Let's go. So where's Prester John located? Let's get it like this. All right. So now, maps, right? Connecting South America to Asia. And that little strip that connected to now just, put all that perspective together. India Superior, again right here, Prester John, Mexico. So we got Mexico, we got Prester John. So why would Jerusalem be anywhere else? Why would Israel be anywhere else? I mean, do you think King David is, carrying around this big old book in his hands for nothing? If he ain't serious about keeping the code, wherever he's rocking at, let's go. Because, again, we're only talking the same question. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? And what's the Ethiopian? What's the Ethiopian got to do with it? I love the natural by law, man. Kicking that real Ethiopian, man. Get all that drop. By the Ak, man. Making it happen in real time. What does the Ethiopian got to do with it all? Who's the Ethiopian? The bro connected the ether directly to the flame, to the fire, obviously, right? But when they say the Ethiopian, they're not just talking about the color of your skin. It's literally your fiery countenance, my dog. It's the Drakan itself, my Naga. Fierce and violent towards the hijack, my Naga. So this is the, king of the Indians, right? The Khan of the Ethiopians. Where where else would the kingdom be other than in the kingdom of Prester John? So if you search for the kingdom of Prester John, which is why we're on installment 54, after years of recon collectively, with no agenda, with no bias, with no camp doctrine, we just started searching through Hawa. Hosea 3 and 5, we will return. Israel will return. Seek Hawa and David. Why? Because you got to get the drop. You got to get the fountain. You got to get the water. You got to know that where the kingdom of Prester John is, right in your face bone, right in the British Museum in the 1500s. Another map from the 1500s, 1530. In the British Museum, showing you right in your face. Mexico, Cathay, Prester John. America, right? Why is he so close to Mexico? Moshe. What do you mean? Where else is the kingdom outside of where Prester John's rocking? We know that he's over the three Indies. We know that, we got people scattered and, all that. And that there can be Israel set up in different areas. We got a Russia situation going on. We got a Kalelu situation going on. And on and on. We got a Machu Picchu. We got a city of David going on. Sacsayhuaman, Cusco. I mean, all that we got to get back into. So the search continues. We never say never. We can never look at this and say, oh, Jerusalem can't be in America. Prester John is right here in your face. Cathay is right here in your face. Cathay means pure land. So when you talk pure land, you talk promised land, you talk Kalelus. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? So there's a war between this King David and one that would take his title later as King David of India, who is this Genghis. Now we see how we're going, okay? So we're all caught up because we're just talking the Khan. And he's holding this book, man, because the Khan is serious about the code, man. The Khan is serious about the code. And that's why we keep the code. I mean, look at the garment. Look at the garment. Look at his shoes, man. Yeah, man, we talking Dawi. These are depictions because we're just talking about the Oriental. Look at his shoes, man. Look at the garment. Right? We're just talking about the Oriental, the story of the mysterious Oriental. And they have a depiction themselves of this Oriental. Keegan Brewer put his own depiction of this Oriental up. They're like Uncle Ray Ray, rocking the towel, right? We're talking the Knights, we're talking the Swan Knights, and we're talking the towel. We went over that. Oh, El Pretiani. We're talking that red ruddy, the Ethiopian, right? The ether, man. Oh, man, get that natural by law drop. All right. Now we got some orientation about this Oriental. So let's get this. Teachings of Sylvanus. And we'll connect it. In the Nag Hammadi, if you don't get that drop, you better get it. Now we know we got the hijack all up in it. They're going to throw, their hijack, Christus all throughout this thing, but dodge the hijack, dodge the translation. Let's get back into the head of Sylvanus told Texas. Let's go. And again, when we talk Sylvanus, right? Out of the Forbidden Histories of America by David Lowe, or Daniel Lowe, excuse me. 775, Nehemiah Theodoric reconquered the American empire of Kalalus. Kalalus was ruled by Sylvanus Told, Texas, or Solomon the Builder. So as we read this piece, just meditate on how similar it is to the writings of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Whether we're talking, Wisdom of Solomon or, any of that, Proverbs. I mean, just connect this, you know what I'm saying, to the Solomon flow, should I say. Abolish every childish time of life. Acquire for yourself strength of mind and soul, and intensify the struggle against every folly of the passions of love and base wickedness, and love of praise, and fondness of contention, and tiresome jealousy, and wrath, and anger, and desire of avarice. Guard your camp and weapons and spears. Arm yourself and all the soldiers, which are the words, and the commanders, which are the counsels, and your mind as a guiding principle. This is the teachings of Sylvanus, my noggin. I said this the teachings of Solomon the Builder. We're talking to Nag Hammadi. Theodoric reconquered the American Empire of Kalalus, right? American Empire of Kalalus. Kalalus means promised land, or Cali, the land of America. How can you tell us that the promised land is not America? How can you tell us Jerusalem is not America? Whether you're talking South America, Central America, North America, or if you're just keeping it real, with the OGs, and we know we're just talking, we're just talking Asia, right? Yeah, yeah. So whether we're talking South America, North America, Central America, we're just talking Asia, right? Con, 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 con. How can you tell us that the land of Prester John in India Superior does not contain the promised land, and that this promised land does not contain Yerushalayim? Aren't we talking Yasharal? I'm just saying, this is, how you bob and weave, how you bury Sanders to hijack. That's how you bury Sanders to hijack, because all we want to do is keep the code. Is that so hard to do? As a tribe, as a nation, have we tried that before? To keep the code with Dawi? We're just talking David. Let's go. Right now we're just talking the teachings of Sylvanus. Abolish every childish time of life. Acquire for yourself strength of mind and soul, and intensify the struggle against every folly of the passions of love and base wickedness, and love of praise, and fondness of contention, and tiresome jealousy, and wrath, and anger, and the desire of avarice. Guard your camp and weapons and spears. Listen up, my nigga. What do you mean? What's the camp? Guard what camp? Arm yourself and all the soldiers. What soldiers? Which are the words. If you're one of those people that do a lot of talking and not a lot of listening, then your words are your soldiers. And you got to, choose which fight you're going to fight with your words. Because your words are your soldiers. and the commanders, which are the councils. Guard it. Guard your words, my nigga. This ain't the time to be spazzing. This ain't the time to be, have no foundation. You know what I mean? This ain't the time to have no principle, have no code, have no respect for yourself, have no respect for the order around you. This ain't the time to be out of order, my nigga, because you're going to find yourself in the void of knowing better and not being able to do shit about it. Arm yourself and all the soldiers, which are the words, the commanders, which are the councils, in your mind as a guiding principle. My son, throw away every robber out of your gates. What robber, my naga? Guard all your gates with torches, which are the words. And you will acquire through all these things a quiet life. But he who will not guard these things will become like a cry in the desolate, which is desolate since it has been captured. Well, back that up. But he who will not guard these things will become like a city, which is desolate. So when you throw them robbers out of your gates, the robbers are the thoughts, which we're calling right here evil wild beasts. You guard your words and you throw these robbers out of your gates. Guard all of your gates with torches, which are the words. And you will acquire through all these things a quiet life. But he who will not guard these things will become like a city which is desolate, since it has been captured. All kinds of wild beasts have trampled upon it, for thoughts which are not good are evil, wild beasts. Again, we're talking your thoughts, right? We're talking your thought trigonomegastes, right? We're talking thought, right? We're talking your thoughts, right? Love to how I stew what it do. We're talking your thoughts, right? For thoughts which are not good are evil, wild beast. We're talking sinus of fire line. Yeah. Yeah, man, we just getting groovy over here, man. This is installment number 54. Prester. How y'all feeling, man? Let me know how y'all feeling. Everybody good? Everybody good out there? I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're just laser focused. Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep it going. So my son, throw every robber out of your gates. Guard all your gates with torches, which are the words, and you will acquire through all these things a quiet life, man. If you guard your gates, if you throw the robbers, you throw the evil wild beasts out of your mind. We store up so many evil, negative thoughts, so many twisted thoughts, and they just control our mouths, right? Which are the words, the weapons, and we start weaponizing against each other. We start weaponizing, against Hawa with our words. We start weaponizing with our thoughts against Hawa, against the way. We acquire the robbers in our gates. But he who will not guard these things will become like a city which is desolate since it has been captured. All kinds of wild beasts have trampled upon it. So if you ain't guarding your thoughts, you become like what? A city which is desolate. You become in a void. I'm trying to tell you. You got no order. You got no respect. You got no focus. You're in a void. Since it has been captured, all kinds of wild beasts have trampled upon it. All kind of evil thoughts, right, have already trampled upon it. For thoughts which are not good are evil wild beasts. And your city will be filled with robbers, and you will not be able to acquire peace. Try to find your peace in a void. When you know better, you just can't do shit about it. but only all kinds of savage wild beasts is all you're going to find. And what's the wild beast? Those thoughts in your head bone that you can't control because you're not guarding them with torches, which are the words. What words? What is the word? The word is a frequency. The word is vibration. You gotta vibe up, man. Period. Through it all. Through it all. Through all the media. Through all the, confusion. Through all the distraction. You gotta connect to the word, right? That word. It's not just what's written down. The word is you. The word is in you. You are the word. You are the vibration. And of course, man, we gotta come back home, man. We gotta come back home to the code. We gotta come back home to the Torah. And your city will be filled with robbers, and you will not be able to acquire peace, but only all kinds of savage wild beasts. The wicked one, who is a tyrant, is Lord over these. While directing this, he, the wicked one, is beneath the great mire. The whole city, which is your soul, will perish. Remember, your soul, the city, became desolate since it has been captured, because you will not guard your city, your thoughts. You have robbers in your gates. And now all kinds of evil, wild beasts have trampled upon it, for thoughts which are not good are evil, wild beasts. So we're in the business of saving souls. When you talk about Sylvanus, and what has this got to do with Solomon, the builder, in America, in Kalalus, Promised Land? Huh? We're just talking America, or we're just talking Amari? Okay. I don't want to get too deep. Okay. We're just talking Sylvanus. We're just talking the Toltec, Khan. We're just talking the Toltec, Khan. We're just talking Solomon. We're talking the Romani, or the Romance. Remember that drive by Templar Urban Reed? All right, so we're going to dig on some romances like Parsifal, Totoro. Now we got a whole nother perspective of what a romance is. Y'all remember this? Because when you deal with a romance, it's a story or adventure of a knight. Not no love affair. That's later. That's like after 1660s, right? That became a love story. A romance has to do with Rome. And Rome has to do with the what? Come on now. Rome has to do with the what? I said Rome got to do with the what? Oh yeah, the Ramon, the Redmon, the pomegranate. Joshua, Caleb get the pomegranate to prove that they are in the promised land. Yeah. Redmon here, we're all day. Hey, shout out to Lucky Lamar, man. Dropped this Red Ruddy song. We featured it, man, all Shabata show, Turf Thurs. We're going to do it again this week, man. It's an amazing song. I think he dropped a few of them on us, man. They're all dope, man. Love to Lucky Lamar, man. Love to Automatic Greatness as well. Love to Yosef the Real. Caramel just got a brand new slap, a whole new strudel out the oven. Love to Nine Spiral. Go get that off his SoundCloud. Man, we've been dropping that, man. A joint called Crossbones is beautiful. Hey, man, it's lovely, man. We're having a good time over here, man. Word of the day. Ramon, fruit of the boom. All right. Redmon, the Hebrew for both pomegranate, and then they cut it off because they took down this link once we clicked it, but we still got the history in the search to know that they were connecting the Rimmon to the Hebrew for pomegranate. Right. We're just talking Rome. Let's go. Yeah, Roma. So when they talk Toltecs, they're talking Israel. When they talk Rome, they're talking like romance, right? They're talking romance, right? When they talk romance, what are we talking? Love to the Templar. You're talking Roma. You're talking a knight, a hero. And Templar just dropped some brand new strudels himself, man. Go get those from Irvin Reed, man. I mean, getting that class from him. He's connecting. He is the Khan, connecting the hero, connecting the knight to Rome, to the romance. Okay. All right, let's go. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. So, that's just a little bit about Sylvanus. Solomon the Builder. What's this Solomon got to do with his daddy David? Well, first of all, what does Solomon have to do with the Swan Knights? Again, Knights. We're just talking Knight, Rome. So that's why this author took down all these videos, the whole series we dropped, but we're going to do it again. I mean, we've been doing it, but we ain't been, displaying, just putting it on blast. We ain't been putting it on blast, but we still been digging on that forbidden histories. You know what I mean? If you've been surfing the wave, you know that. So that romance is just the night, and the night is just the swan night. Don't they got like a swan comet on the way or something? A swan comet? What's a comet, man? What's a Prester, man? We just talking a hero? Is it a romance? Swan night. Sylvanus told Texas. And what does this have to do with David? You're just talking Solomon, right? After the days of Solomon was the kingdom divided. He also had a fleet of trading vessels known as the ships of Solomon. So we're just talking Sylvanus, right? All right, let's go. Now watch how they play this, and I'm going to show you a comparison. And I think we caught him slipping right here. Let's go, man. 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing a lot of talking today. But I love y'all. I wanted to make sure I get this out to you. Make sure I could premiere it with y'all. And just kick back and just, enjoy the fellowship, man. Enjoy the gathering of the tribe, man. So keep tribing up. Thank y'all for tribing up with me. Let's get it, man. I mean, we're just getting warmed up. I mean, honestly, man, I feel like it's 2016. You know what I'm saying? 3.0, man. It is the fourth wave. Let's go. The ships are shaped like swans, right? With its sails like the wings of a beautiful gliding white swan. After the defeat of Sylvanus told Texas, all right, the members of the royal family were sent back to Europe where they were under the protection of Nehemiah Theodorus, who they also call him Mary, right? And his family, the legends of Ogier the Dane. Listen up. The legends of Ogier the Dane, son of Godfrey Khandrop and Dune de Mayence, actually refer to Thawada de Danann, which is a whole nother rabbit hole, or Dunan, who are also known as Mananan or Maine of America. And this is not the Maine on the East Coast. You can look up the map, so they have the Maine on the four corners. So all this is still four corners. The Irish legend of Regamon, we got to dig on that, also allude to this family. Now, they left something out, my niggas. Let's go get it, though. They left something out. And this link right here has the rest of the drop. This is from Michael Ruark.blog. All right, so we're going to look at, they're pretty much copying and pasting from this book, but there's something that seemed to be left out over there. Same thing here, right? The legends of Ogir the Dane and Dune de Manites actually refer to Tuatha de Danann. Same thing, right? And Dunan, who were also known as Mananan or Maine, right, of America, where the giant ogre heads of the Olmec are found. See, they took that out of the book. Huh? Got 'em. Ping, pow, boom. All right, so look. It must have been an important little nugget they took the Olmec joint out, right? Because the Olmec heads are everywhere, right? And they don't really want you to know what these people were looking like. And this is why this author took down that video when we dropped it. But look, it's fair use in your caboose bone. It's fair use in your caboose bone. Now we see why, right? Now we're seeing the drop. Why in the book is that not in here? Why not throw the Olmec out there? You're going to talk about Quetzalcoatl, but then they're going to try to make him a white man, you know. They always try to throw in, oh, well, he looked like a white man. You know, he had blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep playing with us. We're talking Sylvanus. We're talking Rome, right? And we're talking Rome. And we're talking Rome. We're talking Kalalus, the promised land. We're talking America. And we're talking Rome. The knight, the hero. Why don't they want to connect Rome with the Olmec? Because the Olmec is the giant ogre heads of the Olmec, right? The Olmec, the she is the Romani, huh? The Romani are those that are, you know, connected with this Kalalus, this promised land. And we know we're dealing with titles when we talk Olmec. Some people say, oh, well, they're this particular bloodline or this particular bloodline, man. You're talking titles. The Olmec didn't call themselves Olmec. So we, you know, bob and weave through the titles and we're putting together an Israelite story. And we don't have to try hard because they do it for us. You know what I mean? When you know where to look, they do it for you. So again, you know, you got this, the legend of Ogir the Dane. So they're connecting the word Ogir to Ogre. And why they took this out is that they don't want you to connect Ogre with Olmec, where the giant ogre heads of the Olmec are found. No, because now you got a visual. Now it blows the whole lid off the place. Because when they throw Rome in your face, and they say this is a Jewish-ruled Roman colony, but yet you would have the Olmec heads that are found. You can't tell me that these are little Jewish people today. I mean, oh yeah, I mean, they're big behind the scenes, right? But I'm saying, you know, they ain't the warlike, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, the high level warriors, the Caliphas, you know what we're talking about. Because see, they gave up all the game when they put the Olmec out here. And notice they took it out in the book. It would be right here, right? So you got to go closer because look, they're connecting this with Israel. What's the next paragraph? Israel the third went south to the Toltec lands. I told y'all when we talk Sylvanus, we're talking the Toltec. When we talk Solomon, we're talking Toltec. We're talking Israel. Went south to the Toltec lands of Mexico and his grandson Makir Amerik, who he's saying Merik in the Welsh genealogies Mixcoatl. So Makir is Mixcoatl. When you start digging on their codexes, this is how we're deciphering the code. Was the grandfather of Tapuzine, who is Israel the seventh, who's the priest of Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl is connected with this Hawashua Joshua flow. So the priest of Joshua is Israel the seventh. or Tapuzine, they're calling him, was the grandfather of Tapuzine, Israel VII, priest of Quetzalcoatl. So when you start doing all this and they delete something as important as the Olmec connection, you say, uh-oh, because now we got all this Israel connected with this Toltecs. What that does by leaving this there is it gives us a visual of who the real indigenous Americans are, the real Toltecs are, and the real Israelite, so-called Jewish Roman colony, the real Roman. Everything comes out. That's why they had to take it out of the picture. But we got them. It would be right there, right? Because check it. Now we got them. I mean, the books are being unsealed. Why? I mean, now we got them. Because the Olmec, love the real history, www.com. Pull up all these links, man. Let's go. The Olmec called themselves the She. The same name that they were when they were in China. Oh, what are you saying? We just talking about the Oriental. Is you telling me, boss, we just talking about the Oriental leader? Oh, y'all lucky I can't highlight Oriental on this page. The story of the mysterious Oriental leader, Prester John. We just talking about the Oriental again. Let's go, man. Let's go. The Olmec, who were in China, the Oriental, right, call themselves the She, right? Let's go. We connect the She also in the Mongol story, right? So now we got a visual of these Mongols, because they're also the She, right? They're also the She, who Mongol leader Genghis Khan commanded some initial raids against the She. So what happened to the Olmec? They were fighting Genghis Khan, my nigga. More and more war, right? They were fighting Genghis Khan, my nigga. Who else was fighting Genghis Khan, right? Prester John, my nigga. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? They were fighting Genghis Khan. They were fighting Prester John. Got it. You seen the picture? You seen what the picture really looks like? Are we seeing what is the picture getting clear? They're fighting Genghis Khan. They're fighting Prester John. We're talking about the She, right? Let's go. All my wave surfers out there, we're just, connecting things that have been dormant for quite some time. Mongol She, right? Mongol She, also known as Tangu. Again, where's Tangu? Where's Tangu? Where's Tangu? Let's go. Tangu, Tangut. Let's go. Also known as Tangu, Tangut. Go. Okay, we're talking Asia, right? We're talking America, right? Got it. Mongol leader Genghis Khan commanded some initial raids against the She. The She. Got it. Is the picture getting clear? Let's go. Because yes, we're talking about Mexico called the Olmec or the She. See how they say Shee? She. My naga like Shem. So Genghis Khan's going to war against Prester John and the She, right? And the Tangu, which when we dig on is also connected with these Karyats. These Karyats of Wong Kong, which is all Prester John. So the Mongol history is the Olmec history, is the Sylvanus, so Texas, Israelite history. right? Because they're putting it right in your face in the forbidden histories of America. Makir is Mixcoatl. Talking Israel the third, right? His grandson is Makir, who is Mixcoatl. Grandfather of Tapuzin, Israel the seventh, priest of Quetzalcoatl, left Cholula for Rhoda 1000. When you get into chronology and then this whole, 1053, shift, 333 years, 1053 years, 1778 years shifts, three chronological main shifts. He rejoined the remnant of the Rhodans, right? You got Rhode Islands. All right, let's go. Who he led east and then back to Europe, and some of the Latin Jewish Rhodans settled in, or the Hebrews. We know we're talking about these Olmecs, right? We know we're talking about these Toltecs settled in northwestern Spain. All right. So who's settling it? Who's settling in Spain? We got the Iberians, right? All right, Eber, right? Let's go. Whereas trained warriors, they were welcome to in the fight to preserve the freedom in northwestern Spain from the Muslims. More on more war. More and more war. Rodrigo El Cid was Tapuzin's great-grandson. Tapuzin's son was called Lean Calvo, or Lancelin. We just connected before the Arthurian studies with Prester John studies. So we know we're talking King Arthur, Lancelot. Here you go. Lancelin of Calalus. Lancelin is Lancelot. Instead of Camelot, it's Calalus. Rodrigo El Cid and his father Diego Lins, or Jacob, married into the David Aguilar family. Now you're talking Barcelona. I mean, amazing. And we're going to do a whole new drop on Prince Madoc. All right? Because we just surfing the wave. Let's go. And just to kick this off, man, love to the family that sent me this, man. Ahab to the realms, man. I don't remember a lot of names, man, but I appreciate y'all, because I do at least click the links, and you see that I do click your links, and I appreciate that. Sometimes I haven't sitting here so long that, I forget like where I clicked it from or whatever the case is, but I know you don't do it for that. Oh, man, come on, man. Hijack City. I don't want to accept your terms, man, but whatever, man. Let's go. Get out of there. What causes these birthmarks, right? We're just talking about Mongolian blue spots. Now check this out. Mongolian blue spots, also known as slate gray navy, are a type of pigmented birthmark. They are formally called congenital dermal melanocytosis. These marks are flat and blue-gray. They typically appear on the buttocks or lower back, but may also be found on the arms and legs. They generally present at birth or develop soon after. So these are your birthmarks, right? The Nagas say, here's my birthmark, right? Check it. These birthmarks are non-cancerous and present no health danger. However, your child's pediatrician should examine the marks to confirm. All right, now check this out. Let's get it from here. Some of y'all see it already, man. The amount of melanin you have generally determines the color of pigmented birthmarks. People with darker skin are more likely to have pigmented birthmarks. So they're connecting this, darker skin, so-called, this more melanin situation with these Mongolian, so-called Mongolian blue spots. And my bad, this link is freezing up a little bit. Anyway, you see it, man. So, pull it up, dig on it, and dig more on these Mongolian blue spots. Because I was digging on something that was literally saying that, they're more present in, so-called African or African, this African connection with these Mongolian birthmarks, man. Man. Yeah, they're freezing up this link on me, man. But you see it, man. You see it. Let's keep going. Oh, wow. All right, so you can get you got these, Mongolian birthmarks. Remember, Mongol just means great ones, man. And it's connecting the Nagas, man, to this, Mongol or great history. You know what I mean? It's been under wraps for so long. We're going to jump into some great info from one of my anonymous families. A lot of family drop links that I really want, no shout out, man. They just say, man, just take it, man, and connect with the tribe, man. All right, well, let's pull this on up first, man. So we talk Prester John and we talk King David. And we talk Juan Khan. And we talk the Mongol and Mongolian birthmarks. The Mongol Empire and the legend of Genghis Khan, who becomes Prester John, right? So we got this before. The Mongol Empire and the Russian horde are the same dang thing, the same project. But the Mongol Empire is also the kingdom of Israel. And the Russian horde is also the kingdom of Israel. Remember how big this Russia is, right? So, which has its climax around the 14th, 15th centuries with the expansion of Christianity from Paris to Beijing by the Franciscans after their destinies are separated. Let's get it from here. At the moment of expansion or maximum expansion, a decree proclaims all subjects are commanded to live in peace with one another, and the powerful are forbidden to oppress the poor. Until then, the great Khan is the only sovereign. So when we say King David, Prester John ruled the world, he was the Rex Negus, the King of Kings. This is the title that this Pope is now trying to take. He's the King of Vatican City and the priest. He's the priest king now. He's the new Prester John. He's the reflection. He's the phantom, right? The chronology of this expansion corresponds to the chronological reconstruction promoted by the new chronology. We're talking Anatoly Fomenko. King David of Israel is equated to the great Khan, and this one to Prester John of the Indies. So when you put the chronologies together, man, when you can see clearly that this King David, or this Sylvanus Texas and all this is all just happening, whether you say it's happening in the 800s, okay. At least you know where it's happening at. At least you know it's not happening in the BCs and you're getting closer. And, based on these time shifts, it looks like it could have happened, well into the 1200s. They were still looking for Prester John for how long? Y'all remember the Portuguese monument, man? They're looking for Prester John up until 1645. So, we know we're talking a title, we could be talking a lineage, or we could be talking someone who has the drop on the fountain of youth, the water. Because Drop Nation, you got the water. You got the water. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? All right, we got it, man, we got it. King David of Israel is equated to the great Khan, and this one the Prester John of the Indies. The Mongols were descendants of the Magi from the east. Partial conclusion, and they are surfing the wave a bit. We still have our own theory. You know what I mean? The Mongolian project is the same as the people of Israel. True. And Canaan is the whole world. Okay, I can see how you say that. Genghis Khan would be King David. Genghis Khan becomes Prester John. He becomes King David. So, if you've been surfing the wave, you know that this war happened in 1202 with Genghis Khan and Prester John. And then he takes the title Khan, or he takes the title David afterwards. So he became Prester John. But at least it shows you who Genghis Khan wanted to be, right? At least we can see clearly that when it comes to keeping the code, who did Genghis Khan want to be? He wanted to be Dawi. Or at least he wanted, this alliance with King David. He wanted to be Dawi. He wanted this alliance with Prester John. He wanted to drop on the fountain, man. He wanted the fountain. He wanted to have the drop on the fountain. Genghis Khan wanted to drop on everything. Genghis Khan wanted to drop on everything. This black man here, right? Okay. Genghis Khan depicted as a black man. Got it. All right, let's go. I hope you're good out there. I hope we surfing the wave. This is the 54th installment of Lego. Genghis Khan would be King David. He became King David, right? He became King David. Let's get this one. Oh, wait. It's a funny piece right here. We gotta. Oh yeah. I forgot how good it gets. I forgot how much drop we got up here. Let's just do it, man. Let's go. They are the people of God, that Christianity becomes theirs, and they are at the root of the main spiritual schools of the world. That is why the Mongols and the Israelites are a people of shepherds. Prester John becomes, around the 15th and 17th centuries, the great Khan. So Prester John becomes, in the 15th and 17th centuries, the great Khan that moves to Ethiopia at a time when the edict proclaiming the rule of peace and justice for all is decreed. It is the message of the New Testament, right? We're going to get this phantom in reflection. We're about to get this phantom in reflection. So it's a message of the New Testament, right? So now you have a new Joshua, or you have this new Savior coming, right? But does the Savior have the water? Does he have the drop on the fountain? I mean, do you believe in that more than that there's living water that's right here on your home turf? It's just the Prester John appears. Prester John appears then from the hand of the myth of Jesus, Krishna, Buddha. All these are reflections of David. And there is a common origin. The Magi of the East would be Khans who would have blessed the appearance of the so-called Christ that they spread themselves, man. So the Christ just means the anointed. And, when you dig on David again, you're talking about, is David to rule again? Now, this link also goes into some of this reflectionism, except they're going to try to bring you into David being Jesus. And we already know, dodge your own damn hijack. But let's just pick it up from right there, though. Because these are the type of things that the, Christians and Christianites, use to try to squeeze in their Yahweh Shai, right? So Isaiah 9, verse 6, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor. Oh, that must be Jesus. That must be Yahweh Shai, right? Mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace, there will be no end upon the throne of David and over his kingdom. Oh, but Yahweh Shai is the son of David. Someone thought about this, people, to tie in and weave in and synchretize a synthetic forgery into your ancient love song, into the Oriental. So we're just getting oriented upon the throne of David and over his kingdom, to order it and establish it with judgment and justice from that time forward, even forever. So we're talking about the throne of David being forever. The zeal of Yahweh of hosts will perform this. Malachi 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah. Listen up. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Hawa, and he would turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come and strike the earth with a curse. So who's this Elijah coming? Now watch how they spin it, but it's gonna lead you, it's gonna lead them right back to Prester John. But watch this. All right, people also refer to Elijah returning back. To understand these prophecies about David, we need to look into this Christ explained in the above verse. So they went to their Matthew. Let's read it. Matthew 11. For all the prophets and law prophesied unto John. For all the prophets and law prophesied unto John, right? We're just talking Prester John, right? Let's go. Priest John, right? And if you are willing to receive it, he is Elijah who is to come, huh? John is Elijah. John is Elijah. So who's this Elijah being prophesied that's coming before the great and dreadful day of Hawa? Who's this Elijah? And did they give you any type of drop? Because we know they had to put some drop just to make it look good, just to make it, connect. For all the prophets and law prophesied unto John. Right? This is what the Isusis say, right? For all the prophets and law prophesied unto John. And if you're willing to receive it, he is Elijah. Let's go to Matthew 17. And his disciples asked him, saying, Why then do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? And this Jesus answered and said to them, Indeed, Elijah is coming first and will restore all things. But I say to you that Elijah has come already, and they did not know him, but did to him whatever they wished. Likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands. Then the disciples understood that he spoke to them of John the Baptist. So what do we know about John the Baptist when it comes to reflections and duplications? Because he's saying, Jesus is teaching his disciples that Elijah, who was prophesied to come in the book of Malachi, was John the Baptist. And then he tries to connect that to, but prophesied David, who is to come, is the Messiah, who is Jesus. So now all the stuff about the prophecies of David must be Jesus, right? That's the only place that can go with it, because where else are you going to connect John the Baptist? Let's go. Remember this $1,000 book. Remember this $1,000 book. Remember this $1,000 book. And everybody who hit me up, I did my best to get back to you. So hopefully everybody got the drop. Hit me up if you ain't got it. Music at 432thedrop.com. We're talking the Cariats, right? The Kari, it's the Kara Katai. Kara means black in Turkic, right? Katai is Cathay. Accepted baptism in 1009. Let's back it up. There are also parallels just as surprising and striking, especially regarding the Son of Heaven, or Christ, in which connection Chinese legend gives, in our opinion, a more accurate dating of his appearance in history, the 11th century, my naga. So when you put the chronology back, we're talking a new chronology, this Jesus, or this Son of Heaven, or this anointed, is coming up in the 11th century AD. Now you're running right into who? You got to choose your Joshua, right? Because now you're running right into who? Kitsukotu. Right? The letter of Prester John is 1165, huh? The letter of Prester John is 1165, huh? But this 10th century is the 1000s. You're running right into the other Joshua, man. Now check it. According to the dating of adherents of new chronology, the activity of John the Baptist and afterwards this Jesus occurred in the 11th century. So John the Baptist and the real Joshua, they're saying, is starting to pop off in the 1000s or the 1000s. Let's keep going. They're going to say, they all accepted baptism, but we're just talking John the Baptist. Let's go, man. Because remember the question, man. Remember the question. This is going to be the best dismount of all time. All praise the while. Remember the question. Remember the question. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? What were they getting baptized in? What was old John here? What was old Prester John here baptizing them in? What are they duplicating in the New Testament? Right? What did he say in the Prester John letter in 1165? Whoever drinks of its waters 3 times without having eaten will have no illness for 30 days, and when he is full of it, he will feel as if he has eaten the finest meats and spices, for it is full of Hawa's grace. A person who bathes. All right, it's a lot. So, yeah. I need to. All right, let me get my tea. But a person who bathes in his fountain, right? Baptism, right? A person who bathes in the fountain, John the Baptist, right? Prester John is bathing his tribe in the fountain. God, whether he be of 100 or 1,000 years, will regain the age of 32. Manag. Know that we were born and blessed in the womb of our mother 562 years ago. Manag. 562. Since we have bathed or been baptized in the water, the fountain 6 times. Yeah, okay. All right. Y'all with me? Everybody good? All right, it's going to be a great dismount. Fall back. Did a black man discover the fountain? John the Baptist, right? But watch how this $1,000 book put it, though. You know what I mean? Because we're just talking phantoms and reflections, right? Now this Jesus is coming back. This boom. And all before that, you got David returning. You got Elijah, right? I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day. And then Jesus spills the beans and he says, yeah, this John is Elijah. He is John the Baptist. Elijah is John the Baptist, right? What does this $1,000 book say? Most likely, this is a reflection of, hold up, man, what? Even among the Kadan themselves and the tribes of Western Manchuria were the subordinate to them. Some Christian element was found, some Hebrew element was found that gave rise to the appearance of medieval Europe and the legend of Prester John. Most likely, this is a reflection of John the Baptist. This book costs $1,000 to tell you that Prester John is Johnny the Baptist. Or Elijah. For all the prophets and law prophesied unto Prester John. If you're willing to receive it, he is Elijah. Malachi 4, I will send you Prester John, priest, king, the prophet, before the coming great and dreadful day. Is there any other script letting us know that David is returning so that we don't even have to, come to any, random conclusions? Because it's connecting Elijah with John the Baptist, and we're connecting John the Baptist with Prester John, because we're saying most likely this is a reflection of John the Baptist and the baptism connected with him, or what? The fountain. And then you got this 11th century John Crescentius that we still got to dig on when we talk Rome or the Knights, who is another reflection of John the Baptist. So John the Baptist, old Johnny, has 2 reflections at least. We're talking the Son of Heaven. Oh, there's another one in China, another reflection. Oh man. All right, we're just talking John the Baptist. We're going to do a dismount into some great links. Make sure we good here. We're going to do a dismount into some great links by my, wonderful sister here who dropped this a while ago. Perfect. Hope y'all enjoying the Zon Jazz Meditation out. You see, there's some good drop here. We're gonna just do a little belly flop on it, but she wanted us to get this piece. And we're gonna get some more of this William rubric and the narrative of William the rubric. Though distinct reference is made to the conquering Gur Khan under the name of Kor Kam or Cham, right? Kam of Karakatai. Karakatai. Talking about the Khatan, the Katai, the title of King John. This is also Cathay, right? So the title of King John is assigned to Kush Luk, king of Naimans, who had married the daughter of the last lineal representative of the Gur Khans. And from the remarks which rubrics makes in connection with this King John and his habit of the Nestorians, remember old king renowned for wise counsel, to spin wondrous stories about nothing, and of the great tales that went forth of King John, it is evident that the intelligent traveler supposed the king of the Naimans to be original of the widely spread legend. Now, this drop is all coming out of the Encyclopedia Britannica. All right, let's go. He mentions, however, a brother of this John called Ankh who ruled over the Crete, C-R-I-T, and Merkit or Cariot, back to the Katai, Cariats, like the Carolinas, right? North Carolina, South Carolina, two of the great tribes of Mongolia. Mongol means great one. Whose history he associates with Genghis Khan. Khan reappears in Marco Polo, who tells much about him as a great prince, the same we call Prester John. This is, in fact, about whose great dominion all the world talks, right? The great dominion that all the world is talking about is Asia, right? India Superior, right? America, right? Colorado, Arizona, Grand Canyon, the Grand Khan and the Grand Canyon. I think that has a lot of Israelite drop being hidden in the Grand Canyon, don't you? Prester John is right there. Udall, right? Udall, right? Udall, right? Let go. So in this narrative, Marco Polo, Khan, alias Prester John, and the lineage lord of the Tartars, to whom they pay tribute unto Genghis Khan, arose. So here's the beef between Genghis and Prester in the Encyclopedia Britannica. And this is substantially the story repeated by other European writers at the end of the 13th century. All right. So, everybody is in on this. Everybody's invested in this. The prince reigning at the time of the two writers was named King George and was the sixth in descent from Prester John. So these Georgie titles, especially after Genghis, also translates to George, and different ways people have done it. So look that up. I think in the same text, when we go back, we can also find this George Genghis connection. So this lineage you see what it's about. It's about the Genghis and the Georges and the Presters. The Mongols, the Toltecs, the Olmecs. All this is connected, all in the same investigation, which is why, my Naga, Israel returns, right? Which is why Israel returns in Hosea 3 and 5, Khan. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, without a Khan, without sacrifice, pillar, ephod. Afterwards, the children of Israel return. So now you returns. If you don't return any other time, Anaga, you're returning right now, seeking the Creator and David, your king. And you shall respect Thawada and his goodness in the latter days. So what scripture, I say, tells you to seek anybody else other than the Creator and priest king, Prester John, King Dawid? Why? Because we're talking about keeping the code. Which is why we started digging. We were just keeping the code, and then we found the script later and said, whoa, we've been doing this the whole time. We've been seeking the Creator and searching for Dawid, searching for, this lineage, the dominion, the land. I mean, all the blood, man, that our ancestors have shed in these wars, man. We got to know about it. We got to dig on it. We got to know what's going on. Because Israel returns, seeks the Creator and David. Ezekiel 37. David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they shall all have one shepherd, and they shall all walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. They shall dwell in the land that I have given Jacob, my servant, where your fathers dwell, and they shall dwell there, their children, their children's children, forever, 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 my nugget. And my servant David shall be their Khan forever. How do you get this twisted into some Jesus situation? Yahushua situation. How is he the superhero? How is he the romantic, right? How does he become the hero? How does he become the knight? When he fought no war, he fought no battle, he got you nowhere, he brought you to no promised land. Joshua did, though. Kitsakoto did, though. So we got real priest kings. We got Moshe and the Moshika. I mean, we got the real ones. And then we got reflections and duplications. And then we got reflections and duplications. Yeah, we'll get back into this. Don't even trip. I just been surfing the wave today, pulling it back up. Whenever we do, you already know it's going down. You already know it's going down. Because all the hijack, that's been tucked away, hidden. And they thought we wouldn't uncover. They thought we wouldn't see clearly these phantoms and these duplications, man. But guess what? Drop Nation, allow what? All right, yeah, I'm just belly flopping a little bit. Only the way. Only the way. There's that Charlemagne job, man. I've been looking everywhere for that. This individual as Charlemagne, but as a matter of fact, it only means great king. Come on, man. Then we just talk about Charlemagne and how this seems to be another phantom, another reflection. And we're trying to put it together, but we're just talking titles. Great king, man. It only means great king. So Charlemagne could be anybody, huh? Gotta love it, man. All right. Let's get back on the page here. Because you're just talking about the Holy Grail. Just talking the Holy Grail. And that's what I wanted to identify when you talk about this John. You know, it's fun to belly flop in this joint, and that's why I'm taking my time with it. I'm making a lot of mental notes, man, for next time, but we're making a dismount here. I just want to talk this Holy Grail right quick and get back into that encyclopedia for the dismount. Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm going quick, but there's a lot of drop here. Hopefully you got this drop. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get it, you know, then hit me up. Make sure you get it. We're just talking John, right? Hey, shout out to the homie, man. Veteran we premiered this entire album in 432 hertz. It's called Purple Hearts, man. Shout out to the bro.
Approach the game like a yeah. For 2 minutes, it's the vet. Adjust your earbuds for the best yet. A million rappers out, I ain't encountered a threat yet. A bunch of barking don't amount to a death threat. A bunch of chalk when I end out a set, yeah. Rhyme architect, master base in the word patterns. I wrap rings around you rappers, I birth Saturn. Don't need a Hubble lens to witness the star shine. Told Van Gogh, it's time to let them know that it's our time. So call your radio and make the request. You get one shot, I'm taking my best. No need for vest, I won't aim for your chest. Go drop a tape and I might aim for you next. I toured the globe like making my rap. Waiting patient for my time to blow like David Koresh. And I got nails, so fuck next.
Shout out to the homie Veteran now, man. We're just doing a dismount here, man. Let's go, man. All right, you see it. So when you talk the Holy Grail, right, the symbol of the Grail is a symbol of authority and the traditions which are inherited. It is part and parcel with the legendary Prester John. You can't talk Holy Grail without talking Prester John. So how can you have some new night if we're just talking the Swan Nights, right? We're just talking the romance. We're just talking the nights. We're just talking the Swan Nights, right? How can we get a new night situation popping off suddenly? How can we have a new hero? The Grail is the hero. The Grail is the authority. Who's been given authority? Who's been anointed king forever? Forever, ever? Forever, ever, my nigga? Come on, man. David shall be king over them. I have given Jacob my servant, where your fathers dwelt, and they shall dwell, their children's children. My servant David shall be their prince forever. Israel's going to wake up and seek David. I mean, how many of these do you got to ignore before you say, whoa, maybe I have the wrong hero? Maybe I'm digging on the wrong love story. Maybe I need to get back to my ancient love song. Let's go. The symbol of the Grail is a symbol of authority, traditions which are inherited. It is part and parcel with Prester John, King David, the legend of whom was spread widely in the Middle Ages. John was the master of a huge empire. He was omnipotent and all-powerful. What? Now you got Matthew 28. All power has been given to me under heaven and earth. Now I got the power. Why you got to claim power if you already had it? Jesus. Why you got to be claiming power in Matthew 28 if you already had it? Why you got to claim it? All power has been given to me. There's already all power given to King David, who is the one shepherd forever. He has the keys. David got the keys. Calls John the King of Kings. He has the keys, the Rex Regnum. This is what they seek, the power, the land. And where's he holding it down? Right here, man. What's up with that Grand Canyon? What's up with that Grand Canyon, man? How can we not see that and then say what's not in there? Jerusalem can't be here. Have you seen the Grand Canyon? No? Gotcha. Prester John, by Hawa's grace, Lord of all lords who only are beneath heaven. David is only beneath the Creator, man. David is only beneath heaven, right? Khan David is only beneath the creator. So you seek Hawa and David, who got the keys. Any script telling you to seek Yahweh Shai, show me. Muhammad, show me, man. You only seek the creator and you seek whoever got the keys, right? Who got the keys? Who got the keys? He combines in himself spiritual and secular authority. Khan, he combines in himself spiritual and secular authority, and he can say about himself, Prester John, by God's grace, Hawa's grace, only beneath heaven from the rising of the sun to paradise on earth. So if the sun rises in the east, paradise must be in the west. But the west is the east, so we are the oriental, right? Prester John controls and holds back the tribes of Gog and Magog and controls the seen and the unseen world. So how can you outshine that, Yahweh Shai? Do you control the seen and unseen world, Yahweh Shai? Jesus? Are you all powerful, Jesus? Or do we got the wrong hero? Do we got the wrong love story? Do we got the wrong romance? Do we got the wrong night? Apparently we got the wrong night. Apparently we got the wrong hero. Apparently we got an excellent new tune. Some sources maintain that King Xerxes, Alexander the Great, the Roman emperors Ogier, back to that Ogier drop, remember the Olmec, King of Denmark, and many others visited the kingdom of Prester John, and there they were accorded legitimatization of their title status as rulers. So you had to visit the kingdom of King David to be a legitimate ruler. Same thing the Pope does today, hijack city. Now watch this. Prester John's kingdom is named the Empire of the Great Khan, right? Grand Kanyan, right? And mysterious and miraculous stories, that is the Khan father. Now they got the Godfather in Slavic, Vatican or Vatican. So we say Batu Khan, but really Bati is Slavic for Khan father. Bati, or this father will be the Bati, or whatever you want to call it. But so you're just talking about the Khan father. So the original Vatican might have been just hijack free Khan father. The original Vatican might have just been the kingdom of Prester John, right? The idea of the Grail is the idea of imperial power. Yeah, man. But the imperial has to do with the empire or the kingdom of Israel. The Ogiers, right? The Olmecs, the She, the kingdom of Prester John. And we're just digging on it. You got these encyclopedia links. We'll get much more later of this. Right now, we're just belly flopping, man. AI to my sister. You know what I mean? I definitely want to take my time because I know it's all kind of jewels when it comes to this drop. You know, they try to slide into this encyclopedia, but, you know, y'all let me know what else y'all find here. There's also this drop here. Let's see if we got some drop in here, man. Where's my beats at, man? Let's just dig on this and, you know, listen to some of this Purple Heart, man. Let's go. Like hash from Morocco and Van B like a blast from the Roscoe. For the cheese, treat a nigga like nachos and crack shells in his mouth like a taco. FDA try killing them, the weed keep healing them. Devil try lynching them, but we too resilient. Can't forget the germ wars of the pilgrims. They like, damn, that's a strong little Indian. I don't freestyle. Hey, love the veteran now, man. You see this down here? It says, in this view, he had visited Prester John and the Jews in his kingdom, right? So we know we're talking Hebrews and then various European countries. David was dark and come on, man. All right, so we know we're talking John and then they say what? David, right? So Prester John is King David, right? Just like we got from this link here. Just like we got from this link here, we're talking King David of Israel equated to the Grand Khan, Great Khan, Prester John of the Indias. We're talking India Superior. And he goes, even more, man, into this part right here. The manuscript explains the origin of the powers of Christianity linked to Prester John and the origin. So the origin, right, of this reflection obviously has an ancient love song linked back to King David, right? Prester John, the origin of the powers of the lineages of the kingdom of Castile, and is located in the Biblioteca Nacional in España. You remember the drop in the Biblioteca de Colombia in Sevilla, that said Columbus came here to seek the, Holy Kingdom, right? The promised land in Mount Zion. They took that link away. I can't find that no more. So you already see what's happening. The greatest power falls on Prester John, right? He's the Rex of Rex, the Rex and that goose. We just got that. Talking Abyssinia, which means we're talking about the Ethiopians love to natural by law, man. And Prester John is a descendant of the great Khan, who by indications of the three Indian kings, three Khans, becomes the Lord of the Indies, an earthly ruler. So he rules on earth. So when you seek the creator, right, you seek the creator first, or why, and then you connect with the earthly ruler. So you got the drop on earth. So we don't got to keep asking the same damn question. You know the question, man. Did a black man discover the fountain of youth? Who's the earthly ruler? Only the earthly ruler will have this tribe so that his tribe can take 6 baths. 6 baths. I said, how many baths, my naga? 6 baths in the fountain. In other words, Prester John was letting readers know by the miracle of the fountain of youth, he was 562 years old and going strong. Prester John is in that most exclusive club of personalities. What? Who had staying power for centuries, not just years. Why? For he was immortal. For he is immortal. Prester John is immortal, right? Does that have anything to do with forever? What does immortal have to do with forever? Right, Jeremiah 30, remember that? And David, their king, whom I will raise up for. What does immortal have to do with raising up? What does taking a bath in the fountain of youth have to do with raising up? Are you connecting David? Are you connecting David with the Khan? Prester John, who is the what? We're just talking about the Grail or the King of Kings, all powerful, earthly ruler. I mean, we're seeing this in different documents. We're connecting it in different documents. All right. So coming back here, David was dark in complexion, like an Abyssinian, lean, dry, Arab-like, lean, dry, right? Well dressed and well attended, full of pretensions to supernatural Kabbalistic knowledge. All right, so he had all the drop, found of you, got the drop, and with enthusiastic ideas about his mission, while the Jews regarded him as a variable Messiah. Here we go again. David will return, right? But we got to search and find this out to disagree with our second grade teacher and the church on the corner. When you find yourself agreeing with the church on the corner and your second grade teacher, Jerusalem's over there, and this excellent new tune, is literally, you know what I'm saying, something that we should, be giving weight over our ancient love song. That's what the churches tell you, that the, tribes don't really matter, right? Or that we have to put our place, our energy somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, to a whole nother land and a whole nother Mashiach, a whole nother Savior, a whole nother Christ, a whole nother Oriental. We're talking about the Oriental tongues, of course. All right. So this is Ramisio's report on this Hebrew. All right. Let's go, man. Love to the sister, man. It's all in here. It's all in here for you. What other one we got here, man? Another link here. We're just belly flopping for the dismount. I told y'all it's one of the coldest dismounts of all time. We're just talking about the she. What we got here? What we got here? He sought to effect a junction with the half-fabulous Christian empire, Nestorian, of Prester John, by way of the Western Nile, Senegal, and an alliance with the potentate to crush the Turks and liberate Palestine. The conception of an ocean route to India appears to have originated on his death. On land, he agreed. On land, he again defeated the Moors. Come on, man. Sister got the drop, man. Some more war. Who attempted to retake what they call Ceuta, Ceuta, in 1418. But it is an expedition to Tangier undertaken in 1436 by King Edward. All right. Man, so you can't look anywhere and not find Prester John once your eyes are open to the search, to the flow. Now, sometimes you might be connected to, a hijack, version of someone going under the title Prester John. So you got to dodge that hijack and just, continue to find the vibration of the ancient love song. All right. We're talking the nobility. We're talking the last noble image of the Naga, man. So something's been hidden from you. Something's been taken out of your consciousness. Let's get one more. Out the Encyclopedia Britannica. All right, so this is some of the good, background on the first mention of Prester John occurring in the Chronicle of Otto, Bishop of Friesland. This writer states that when at the papal court 1145, he met the Bishop of Kabbalah, who related how not many years ago, one John, king and priest. That's where you get priest, king. Prester is a priest, or Khan is a priest. Prester is, well, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going crazy. Prester John, man. Prester is priest, John is king. Y'all see, I'm tired. Prester is priest, John is king. So not many years before, one John, king and priest, who dwelt in the extreme Orient. Man, here we go again with this Oriental, right? Beyond Persia and Armenia. All right, so we know what that is now. With his people, a Christian but an Nestorian, right? Again, old king, renowned for wise counsel, had made war against the brother kings of Persia and Medes. So combine all this with this Babylonian captivity, these exilars going on, this Nebuchadnezzar, put it all with this Genghis Khan invasion. After this victory, Presbyter John, for so he was wont to be styled, advanced to fight for the church at Jerusalem. So then they say he's a part of the ancient race of magi. Here we go, right? These people with the magic to rule the nations that they ruled and to have such wealth that he used a scepter of solid emerald. Whatever impression was made by this report or by the rumors of the event on which it was founded was far exceeded about 1165 by the circulation of the letter purporting to be addressed by Prester John to the Emerald Manual. This letter professing to come from Presbyter Johannes by the power and virtue of Hawa and all their dodge the hijack, because he can't be Lord of Lords if there's already a King of Kings, you dig? Claimed that he was the greatest monarch under heaven, as well as a devout Christian. But they keep saying that he's an Nestorian, old king renowned for wise counsel. So, you can see clearly by now. His empire extended over the 3 Indias, including the farther India. And I said, well, if you're in Asia, right, then we're just talking, India superior. And if he's, over this farther India, then what's the farther India to them? What's the farther India to them? What's the farther India that Prester John is being located at? What's the farther India, right? India Superior. What's the farther India that Prester John is being located at? India Superior. Let's go for the dismount. I mean, so, you got all this 72 kings reigning over his kingdom. So same type of thing. So King David is just much bigger than you thought. You know what I mean? It's very important. You got the Amazons, the Brahmans. I mean, all these great drops. You got the Fountain of Youth popping off. So you got this sea of sand, right? We're going to get back in the river of stones, the Sambanyan. Can you dig it? All this connected with your ancient love song. All this connected with your priesthood. All this connected with your priest king, man. And just, just for the real ones, man. Just for the real ones, we'll do a dismount where we started in the very beginning of the Prester John series, right here in this document by Ronald Sanders. Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, definitely one of my favorite documents of all time. And we just kind of get the, beginning of this chapter, which I love to come back to with a dragonfly perspective. We're in chapter, let's see, get it like this. I Prester John of the Noble Ethiopian. That's why we titled this series Prester John of the Noble Ethiopian. And we're going to pick it up from right here, right? We're talking about, let's pick it up from the top at the place south of Egypt. Where's Egypt? What? Grand Canyon. What? A Saracen king is described as being always at war with the Christians of Nubia who were under the rule of the empire of Ethiopia of the land of Prester John. But Ethiopia is below the southernmost edge of the map, and we learn nothing more about this. The narrators of John de Bethencourt's Canarian expeditions speak on going to Africa to obtain news of Prester John, and Prince Henry's chronicler Gomez Inyan de Zorora writes of the explorations along the African coast. Remember, we're talking the Portuguese looking for him for how many years, all right? So not only desired to have knowledge of the land, but also the Indies and of the land of Prester John. If you could, indeed, the search for Prester John, for the name of Presbyter Johannes is Latin for Pret John in French, right? And is simply a variant of this, was considered by Zorera to be one of the main reasons for Prince Henry's whole enterprise. So the whole reason why this crusade is popping off is looking for this black Oriental, right? This King David, this Khan of Khans, the legend of the prince or Khan living in the other flank of the Muslim world, had excited Europe for nearly 300 years, but Henry the Navigator's zeal to find him may seem surprising in the light of the dismal history of race relations. Why are we talking race now? Because we're talking Prester John. Relates that was to ensue as a result for this, by this time, most educated Europeans considered Prester John to be black. So there ain't no other, thing qualm about it. You know what I mean? When you hear Prester John, don't let there's nothing else. It's not arguable. You can't argue it. All right. So most educated Europeans know this is a brother. So when you're talking Prester John, King David, they don't like to do that because they don't want to admit King David is a brother. That means the Israelites are these brothers and sisters you see walking around the neighborhoods, the ghettos. The real Hebrew right here in America, the Marukan, the Olmeca, the Toltec. That's the real indigenous. That's why we piss everybody off when we tell them who we are. But this series, lays it out there with excellent, validation behind us. That's why we do it. That's why we publish this series. Go get it, download it, so you always got it for your children, because this is the Excalibur sword. It brings in the orientation. So we know we're not spinning on a ball. We know we're talking about a firm, fixed, and immovable land. We get our map orientation together. We know we're talking about the indigenous Naga right here in America. We're Prester John's already rocking. We know we're talking the 432 frequency because we know we're talking Dracons. In Managa, we know we're talking the script. We know we're talking, the Torah. We know we're talking King David. So it combines the entire flow of the premise or the foundation, that Hawa is giving us right here. So it's been able, through this, we've been able to unseal so many, of these documents. And it comes to fruition right here in this series. This does not mean that they had yet specifically identified him with the Emperor of Ethiopia as we understand that designation today. But let's get it right here. Oh, yeah. They're talking about Genghis Khan. Since later on, there was a widespread but mistaken belief that Genghis Khan became a Christian. The Tartar version of the legend was still strong enough in the late 13th century for Marco Polo to assume that a neighboring prince he had heard of while in Cathay was Prester John. Right? We're talking the King of Kings. So by John the Presbyter, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, in order to describe himself and his realm. Now that knowledge of our greatness had reached you, John claims to have exceeded all men in riches. So then you get into this Prester John letter. All right, so let's get it from right here. We're just talking Ethiopia. And this is where we, start making the differentiation between these three Indias. Whereas this remarkable country, our magnificence writes, Prester John dominates the three Indias and extends to the farther India where the body of St. Thomas rests. It reaches through the deserts towards the place of the rising sun and continues to the valley of deserted Babylon, close to the Tower of Babel. Remember, we're talking back to the west. Suddenly, the vague immensity takes on a biblical tinge. This is deepened when John informs us that his territories comprise the Paisan, which is one of the four rivers that rise up out of the terrestrial paradise, according to the second chapter of Genesis. Furthermore, like the land of Havilah, around which the biblical Paisan flows, Prester John's country contains gold and onyx. And we're talking that milk and honey, right? Pearls and gold. A hint at the location of this realm is provided in Genesis 2:13, which tells us that another of the four rivers, Edon, the Gahan, which is John, love to the Templar, compasses the whole land of Ethiopia. Ethiopia, right? John tells us that his place is in Susa, the capital city of Persia, but this also implied proximity to Ethiopia in the vague geographical imagination. So again, this vague geographical imagination is where we're getting our picture of Ethiopia today. All right. Because Ethiopia, there's three Indias, right? One India face Ethiopia, so-called. See those quotations? So that's so-called Africa, right? According to the pseudo-Abdias, the second face Persia, and the third occupies the ends of the earth. So we're in the third India, occupying the ends of the earth between the ocean and the realm of darkness. They just found you, Manaka, right? In the the third India between the ocean and the realm of darkness. The third became especially fruitful for the geographical imagination. Now we got Eden, now we got Atlantis, the region of the untold islands, in which the plural term Indias, etymologically one and the same as Indies, came to rest once and for all right? Now you got Indies, Indias, all right, West Indies, you're in the three Indias. More valid definitions of the three Indias among medieval geographers for most Europeans, right? Even the learned ones, here we go, the educated Europeans, even the learned ones, the term covered a vast and distant region of dark-skinned people. So Ethiopians was just referring to these etheric ones, right? Or dark skin or fiery people. Drakan, fiery Kwaman people, culminating in the countless array of islands in one direction and Ethiopia, the biblical Kush in the other. So From here to there, you got Ethiopians. West and east, you got Ethiopians. But when you talk Prester John, you're talking about a great king of Israel. And then we're going to talk about this river some more another time as well, man. I mean, this is, the Prester John investigation. This is the 54th installment of the Prester John series. Look out for 55, 56, 57 coming in hot. We're talking about the indigenous ones, and the races of man. Love to tie battle who dropped this on us. When you talk about the peopling of America, always accepting the standby but thoroughbred theorists, namely that the Copper Indians, that is the true Americans, are the lost tribes of Israel who fled there on rafts, I suppose, by Prester John. Well, that's their theory, or Prester John is already camped out because this is Asia, right? This is the old world, right? And it's a simple question. It's a simple question. We have a few, but this is another one that we're going to have to keep recurring. Does North America exist? Or are you just in Asia, my naga? I'm going to let you bake your noodle around this one, man. I'm going to let you bake your noodle around this one, man. They love to veteranize.
I ain't quitting. Need a straight jacket, you think I ain't winning? Daniel in the lion's den, but I ain't been. I embrace the winds of change blowing at 10-10. Lord be my shepherd, no weapon form can win then. If the shield is my paper, then the sword is my pen then.
Bang, 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 bang.
If the shield is my paper, the sword is my pen then. Purple hearts for the niggas we lost. Nigga, we lost. Purple hearts for the niggas we lost. Nigga, we lost. Purple hearts for the niggas we lost. Nigga, we lost. Purple hearts for the niggas we lost. Nigga, we lost. Purple hearts for the niggas we lost. Nigga, we lost. Purple hearts for the niggas we lost. Nigga, we lost. Purple hearts for the niggas we lost. Nigga, we lost. Murder, violence, and disruption.
And people who live nearby reached out to News 5 for help. If anything can be done to stop the shootings.
No one should have to have the trauma of people of experiencing carjacking, killing, murders, whatever the case may be.
No hijacks allowed, man. Did the black man discover the fountain of youth? Hey, Ahab, all the contributors in this series and all the contributors in Drop Nation and everything you're doing and all your patience, man, just for crystallizing us by just visualizing the best version of us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people sit back and they do nothing but criticize or get all them thoughts in their head. But remember, we got to control them thoughts. We got to control the evil wild beast, that get festered in our heads, eating away at our soul, waiting to jump out at us at any minute and just jam everybody up. We got to control the evil wild beast. We're doing that together through a collective rising, man, through a collective Qumran. They say all the stuff about the Dead Sea Scrolls in Qumran. But remember, man, when you talk Qumran, you're talking Qum. You're talking the rising. And who's Qumran in Qumran, man? Who got the drop on the water? Who's teaching you to, get these evil thoughts out your head? Solomon is also a Prester, right? Sylvanus, The teachings of Sylvanus is also a Prester, right? Remove yourself from these things, O wretched soul. Bring your guide and your teacher. The mind is the guide, but reason is the teacher. They will bring you out of destruction and dangers. Listen, my son, to my advice. Do not show your back to enemies and flee, but rather pursue them as a strong one. Be not an animal with men pursuing you, but rather be a man with you pursuing the evil wild beasts, man. Stop running from your thoughts and start controlling them. Get the robbers out of your gates, lest somehow they become victorious over you and trample upon you as a dead man, and you perish due to their wickedness. Oh, it's not you, it's the evil wild beast, it's the robbers in your gates. And this is what we gotta be, accountable for, Drop Nation. This is what we gotta bring together, with clarity, with clear thoughts. You wanna tribe up, the first step is getting the robber out of your gates, man. And remember, man, that we keep the code. If it ain't about keeping the code, don't even come holler at us. If you're not interested in keeping the code that's engraved and literally embedded, within our own algorithm, within our own original love song, within our own ancient program, right? We go back to the source, right? We've already been programmed to rise again. We've already been programmed. David has already been programmed to rise again. And that's why we go back and get it like it's the first time. David, their king, whom I will raise up. It's already been programmed that you will return. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return, seek Hawa, David, their king, and they shall respect Hawa. Because we ain't in no fear spell. It's about respecting your frame and your shaper. That's all our mama and father ever asked, is that you respect the code. You don't got to be afraid of mama and dad if you're in the code, man. They translate fear. We know we're talking respecting our framer and our shaper. We're keeping the code, Drop Nation. We're going to do it together. We're going to hold it down together, man. And I love y'all for holding it down in every single way. Right over here, man. Drop Nation, we coon, we rise. And there ain't no separation. One tribe, one vibe. Stay up, suit up, and choose up at all times. And I appreciate everybody up in here, man, making it happen. You know what I mean? We did a beautiful live flow, a live premiere. We've been surfing the wave, enjoying the chatter. You know what I mean? We got a drop chatter, at 432 to drop, you know what I'm saying? But y'all be making it happen over here, man. And, this has been a special, a drop chatter right here on the live flow. You know what I'm saying? And always get in there, Always get in there. You can get the drop chat anytime. Just come over here, click on drop chat. Password is 1234 to get through the door. Come hijack free. And the passwords will start changing next month. So make sure you're registered on the site. And I will be putting up a form real soon that you can come, put your city, and start tribing up with the wave surfers, man. Start building in real time, man. Putting a pot together, buying land amongst yourselves, man. Because Drop Nation's, everywhere. Drop Nation's all of us, man. So get in the drop chatter, support the flow, become a Dragon sponsor on the wall. If you enjoy this flow right here, man, make sure that you do everything you can, for us to be victorious. Ahab to the Ether Squad, throughout the season, we break bread, and everyone gets a flow, everyone gets to eat, off these Dragon sponsors. And right now we get to build up our framework and just regroup and, replenish and all that. So everything you're doing, man, is for the continuous water, the continuous flow. Vibe suites are dropping soon. They're all coming back hot, man. So I love y'all. Keep supporting the frequency of learning. Just keep doing what you're doing, Don't change nothing, Drop Nation. You're doing everything right. Just be steady water. You know what I mean? Be patient with yourselves. Be patient with your bros. Be patient with your sisters. You know what I'm saying? That you are the Khan. You are the Khan. And you're already home. Shalom to the tribe.